So guys, I have some flour mixed with a tablespoon of salt, and I'm going to now add some water to it and use a spoon or a whisk to mix it. And then once it's incorporated fully, I'm going to use an immersion blender to blend it up and make sure that there's no lumps. Hey guys, so here I have a 2-to-1 ratio for the water. So I put about 4 cups of flour in, so I put about 8 cups of water, and now I'm gonna blend it up. And you want to keep doing this until it's very fine. You want no lumps at all. So guys, this is the consistency that you want. You want it to flow and drip. I ended up adding about 1.5 more cups of water. Just eyeball it. Start with 2-to-1 ratio. So if it's 4 cups of flour, do 8 cups of water, and if it's still needed, you could add more. And it should look like this. So one thing I forgot to mention is after you're done your batter, you want to let it sit for a good amount of time to get sour a bit, and then it's ready to use. So I'm just going to put it in a warm place. So I'm just going to put it on my stove top without the stove on and let it do its magic. Okay guys, so we've cut the mutton up. Now we're gonna just saute it with no onion, and we're gonna mix it with some chili powder, Srilankan chili powder, and just saute it for a bit and then let it cook. I have this about medium high. Okay, so my pan is heated up. Just gonna add a bit of oil. I would say about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and let that heat up as well. So my oil is heated up now, so now I'm just going to add the mutton. That sizzle is what you want. Make sure to add it when your pan is nice and hot so you get that sizzle. Just gonna stir it a bit. See, once it touched the hot thing, some of the mutton already started to cook. You also want to add a bit of salt. I'm just eyeballing it, but you can do about 1.5 teaspoons. And mix it. The salt helps get the water out of the mutton. And as you can see here, the mutton's letting out some juices. And that's a good sign. Okay, once you've incorporated the salt, you're going to add some chili powder. Depending on your spice level, you want to add that much. So for our family, we like a lot of spice. So I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons. And another half tablespoon. So I added about 3.5 tablespoons of chili powder to the mix. Again, if you do not like spice, you can lower it. And if you like more spice, you could add more. And you just want to mix it. Now what I'm going to do now is mix it, and I'm gonna move this to my back stove over there and let this continue, and I'll come back on with the next step. Hi guys, I'm back with the next step. So here I have a steel pan with some oil, again about 2 to 3 tablespoons. A good tip is wait till the water dries out so you don't get any splatters. Anyways. Okay, so once your oil's ready, you're going to take about a teaspoon of mustard seed and sprinkle it in and wait for that to pop. I have it on for the medium heat. Once that has done its magic and finished popping, you're going to take about 2 large onions and add them in. Let that saute down, and you want this to become translucent. I'm just going to add a little bit more oil because my pan is a bit dry. Okay, my onions have now become translucent. Now is a good time to add the rest of your ingredients. So now I'm going to add some green chilies, some curry leaves, and a stick of cinnamon. That timer was for the mutton, so I set the timer for about 15 minutes. And I checked on it. It looks good. But again, please keep checking on it. If it's not ready, continue cooking it for another 5 minutes or so, and it should be done. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some fennel seeds. You're technically supposed to add them after adding the mustard seeds, but you forget sometimes, and that's okay. Cooking is an art. You have to enjoy it. So I've added a little bit more oil because my pan is dry. I'm just going to reduce it to about medium low. The aroma in here is so amazing. I wish you guys can actually be in this kitchen and smell the aroma. It's that amazing. And I'm going to let this cook for about another 5 to 10 minutes by itself, so that all the flavors mingle together and mix. Now here I have about 6 potatoes, which I'm going to add later after 10 minutes. And I have mashed them with a fork. You don't want to over mash them because you want chunks of potatoes in your rolls. So you just mash them with your forks, or even better, clean your hands, wash your hands with soap and water, and mix them. Food always tastes good when you use your hands. So once this is about more translucent and clear and kind of a little bit more caramelized, I'm gonna add the potatoes. I'll see you when I'm ready. Okay, it's been 10 minutes now. And now I'm gonna add some turmeric. About half a teaspoon. You can also add the turmeric. I'm just gonna add 1 teaspoon with your mutton, so that your mutton doesn't give an odor after cooking. You add the turmeric. And now is also a good time to add your salt. About a teaspoon or so. I need these gloves because this pan is getting really hot and I'm not about to burn myself. Okay, anyways guys, next we're just gonna add the cooked potatoes that we cooked earlier. I pre-cooked this before the video, so it's easier for me to assemble. And again, use your hands just to crumble it up. I'm also going to add about a tablespoon or so of butter. It comes in these slabs. I'm just going to add that in to give it extra flavor. Okay, now is also a good time to add your chili powder again. Since we've already added about 3 tablespoons to the mutton mixture, I'm just going to add about 2 here. So in total you're going to need 5 tablespoons. Okay guys, so I've made a well in the bowl and the butter is melted in here. And now I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Now you don't want to add too much because you already added it in the mutton, and over there I added about 3.5 tablespoons already. So here I'm only adding 1. So in total you're going to need 4 tablespoons of chili powder, and you're just going to mix it together. So guys, my potatoes are ready. The next step here is to add the mutton that we've previously cooked. And I've reserved half the mutton onto a separate plate for the rolls later. I'll show you that in a minute. Helping me in the kitchen today, again, like I mentioned before, is my mommy. And she's the one who helped me cut the mutton. You don't want to overmix it because you're going to break the potatoes down more. So you just want to get it mixed well enough. add some pepper. About a teaspoon of pepper. Be ready to sneeze, guys. I'm just gonna add a little more because we like spice. So I would say I added about a tablespoon of pepper instead of a teaspoon because we like spice. So before dishing it out, I'm just gonna add some pelletier too, also known as allspice, the Sri Lankan version of allspice. It just has some cumin, some cloves, some cardamom, some cinnamon, some curry leaves, and it's roasted and grinded up together. So about a teaspoon of that. And that's it, guys. Your mutton filling is ready for your rolls. Okay guys, so here I have a crepe pan, if you would say. And now I'm just gonna add some oil. And I'm gonna wipe it down as well. Make sure to oil it properly. Okay, once you wipe down your pan, you're going to take your batter that you made earlier. I've let this sit for about half an hour to 1 hour or so, and you're going to take 2 spoons. And make a big circle, as if you're doing firsr. And you're gonna let that cook. Once you've let it cook, we're gonna put the filling. And when you put the filling, you're not gonna cook this all the way. So once this is set, you're gonna flip it not onto the pan, but onto your working surface and put the filling. I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. Okay, so my roti is ready. I'm gonna take it. And flip it over this way, so you have the cooked side up facing you. Now you're going to take your filling. You want to take about a tablespoon or so, this much, right, and put it. And make sure you make it into a log. Now you're going to take your remaining mutton. You're going to take about 3 pieces and put it on top, so you have a bite of mutton in each bite. Now once you've done that, you're gonna basically make it into a burrito. Bring in the sides and neatly roll it up. And there you go, darlings. You have your rolls. After you're done this, you're gonna put it in some egg wash and dust it in breadcrumbs. And your roll's gonna come beautiful like this after you roll it up. So guys, for the methuvedi recipe, as you might have saw about a month ago, I posted a recipe about the mutton rolls. So today we're gonna add an extra step and make it a methuvedi. In order to do so, you're gonna take your filling, right? Your mutton. So now if you were to roll it up like this, it would just be a roll. In order to make it a methuvedi, you're gonna take some boiled eggs. Now I've dusted these boiled eggs with some extra salt on top and some pepper. Now you're going to take one of them and put the yolk side down, just like so. Now you're going to fold this just like you would a roll. And make sure you pinch the sides down. If you make your batter too thin, it's gonna break and you won't be able to fry it. So you kind of want to make it moderately thick. And once you've done this, again, same steps as the rolls, put it in some egg wash and dust it in breadcrumbs and fry it. And that's how you get a methuvedi. And I'll show you how it looks like after it's fried.